Welcome back, guys. Smurfy back for the next round with Grixis Shadow. I think this is round 3. Yeah. Unfortunately, we've lost the dice roll. And this opening hand, so 2 Street Wraiths, Thought Scour, and Fatal Push. So we can draw 3 cards on turn 1. So we just go Street Wraiths, Thought Scour. So I guess we keep. This is like the kind of hand where if we draw a Death Shadow, it's so aggressive, it's really good. Our opponent has mulliganed. So they're black-red. They could just... Oh, okay. Monastery Swift Spear. So they could be like burn with black for bump in the night. If we are against an aggro deck, I don't even know if we want to use the Street Wraiths. So just play the Watergrave and pass. Yeah. Yeah, if they're like a burn deck, I think we just don't use the Street Wraiths because taking 4 damage is not worth the 2 cards against their deck, I don't think. Like, at least game 1 we just don't have too much interaction with burn spells. Like post-ball we have things like Dispel and other various cards like Stubborn Denial, but main deck we only have 3 Stubborn Denials. That's it for interaction with burn spells. And they're playing Windswept Heath. I really don't know what they're doing. I guess we take the 1 just in case they play something that's bigger. So if they like play a 2-drop, we'd rather Fatal Push that. They haven't played anything. Alright, I don't think they're actually burned because of the Windswept Heath. So I'm going to cycle this and see what we get. And this one. And this one. We really could do it drawing a Death Shadow soon. Okay, sweet. And then we're just going to Thought Scour ourselves. No idea what they... Okay, so they are 4 colours. What on earth is this going to be? Red, white, Boris Charm? Is this like a Tribal Flames deck? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a 4-5 colour burn deck. So we're going to have to kill them very quickly with our Death Shadow. We're just gonna pass the turn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're a Tribal Flames deck. So Tribal Flames is a 2-mana instant, 1 red, 1 colorless. Do 1 damage to target opponent or creature, so target player or creature, equal to the amount of different types of basic land types you control. So if you have a Blood Crypt, then it deals 2, and if you have a Temple Garden as well, you've got Swamp, Mountain, Forest, Plain, so it'll deal 4. So now they've got Steam Vents, it'll actually deal 5. Yeah, so they're 5 color, they're like a 5 color domain deck. So they'll be playing like Tribal Flames, Death Shadow, Monastery Swift Spear, and then probably something like Snapcaster Mage, maybe Geist of St. Shaft. So the problem is if we want to fetch here to Fatal Push, end of turn, then we actually die to Tribal Flames, but I think if they have Tribal Flames we just can't win anyway. So I'm not even going to bother playing around it just because we're going to take at least 1 damage in the rest of this game. And we're going to get a basic Swamp here. Because at least then we don't, if we like get Shockland then we just die to Bolt as well. So we're just going to get Swamp and Fatal Push, I think. Actually, we could get an island and just use Thought Scour. Yeah, that works too. Thought Seizure is not what we're looking for. So if we attack with Death Shadow, we're actually threatening lethal if we fetch Shock, but then they might just have a burn spell, so we die anyway. I'm expecting they have at least one burn spell in hand. Yeah, we're just going to attack here. I think we have to just put a clock on them as quickly as possible. We can just go like fetch a Swamp down to 4, Tasiga with Fatal Push Up. Yeah, we're just going to play Tasiga, and we've got the Bloodstone Mine to get the Swamp. And the activated ability we're not going to have enough time. And shit, I should have actually Serum Visioned there. It's fine though, I guess not much we can do about that now. Yeah, like Serum Visioning into Stubborn Denial would have been really good. Our opponent's just going to pass the turn back. Okay, oh, should have actually fetched end of turn. Oh, I guess then we die to Boros Charm though. Alright, we're just going to Serum Vision and see what we get. There's so many different things we have to play around at this point. Thoughtseize Inquisition. And we drew the Stubborn Denial, which is incredibly good for us. And again, I should have fetched, I think. Like, I don't know actually, because we don't want to go down to 4 because of Boros Charm, so maybe it was correct not to. I think we want to get rid of both. So if we attack with both, yeah, we're actually going to attack with both and threaten lethal, and we're going to fetch before before blocks and kill the Death Shadow, and we've got Stubborn Denial back up. Like if we drew one less Street Wraith and had a different spell instead, we'd be on 6 here, which would have just been so much more breathing room. So now they have to have something, and we have the Stubborn Denial. Okay, they just didn't have anything. That was really fortunate for us. So we want Dispel, Stubborn Denial, Duress, and cards we don't want are Colligan's Command because they're just so slow, and we don't want Street Wraith obviously. So we want one extra card. We can bring in Dreadbore. We could also just bring in Flying Tendrils, but I think it's not going to be that great in this matchup. So I think we're just going to run with this. We've just got as much early interaction as we can with like early counter magic, discard, and use, and then just like the extra Dreadbore as well over like Colligan's Command. I think this is what we want to be doing. Could bring in the Flying Tendrils, but I'm pretty sure that would be too slow. We could bring them in over Thoughtseize, but Thoughtseize, although Thoughtseize is pretty bad in this matchup, it's better to take a 1 mana. It's better to use your 1 mana to take a like Boros Charm and save yourself 2 life than keeping a Flying Tendrils in your hand that does nothing. So I think we want to do this. Yeah. Okay, this hand is not great. I think it's reasonable to keep this though. We've got the turn 1 Duress. If they have like a Goblin Guide, then we just don't have an answer to it for a while. I guess we can just like Snapcast to block it, but alright, we'll keep this. Oh, we can have the Terminate thing if they do have Goblin Guard, I guess. We're probably just going to start getting basics first just to see how much life we can save. Swift Spear, that's fine. Mishra's Bauble, yep. So they activated Mishra's Bauble targeting me, so they know what we've got on top. It might have actually been correct for them to Mishra's Bauble during our turn, so they draw during their turn, so our turn 1 discard doesn't work against them, but they have chosen not to. So they do, yeah, they've got Tribal Flames, which was what I was talking about earlier, so it's deal X damage to target creature or player. X is the number of basic land types you control. So that's literally all 5, which is Island, Plains, Swamp, Mountain, whatever I'm missing. All the 5 land types, basically. I believe Wastes does not count, so it's just up to 5. So we're going to take that, and they're going to be left with a Tarmogoyf. So next time we're probably just going to like terminate the Tarmogoyf, and then turn after that like Snapcaster Mage, Duress or something. It's unfortunate for our opponent, they just had a very bad mulligan. They've just drawn so many lands, especially off the Mishra's Bauble, but that does happen. So we're just going to take 1 here. We drew Dispel, so I'm just going to play Bloodstained Mire. This can go get Blood Crypt or Steam Vents. We'll probably get Steam Vents, I guess. If our opponent does draw Tribal Flames, then they will probably use it before damage for the Swift Spear, so then we can choose to dispel that over terminating the Goyf straight away if we need to. Because they do now have access to all the colours, because we know they have a breeding pool in their deck, so they can get the island. So we're just going to leave it till as late as possible. So did they draw Tribal Flames? Apparently not. I think we want to get Steam Vents here. Yeah. So we can terminate that. If they have a Tribal Flames, they'll definitely use it in response. Just because we're tapped out, they get the Prowess trigger and everything. It could just be like an Atarka's command. If you guys like the look of our opponent's deck, then feel free to leave in the comments, because this is the kind of deck that I would love to play in Modern. I've just never seen a list that has been good recently. I've seen some old lists. Okay, so they just drew Bolt, so we're going to take 5 in total. And we drew Inquisition, so I'm pretty sure we know what's in their hand, right? We know they've got Breeding Pool, that's gone. Okay, so 1 mystery card, I think. Yeah, we're just going to play the island and Inquisition our opponent. Paying 1 green for Mutagenic Growth. Sure. So we know they have a Breeding Pool in hand. Mutagenic Growth is pretty sweet. Alright, so the question is, when they attack, do we want to block with Snapcaster Mage? If they don't draw an instant or sorcery, it's very good for us that we can just make that trade, because they're just going to play anything out anyway. But if they, I think we need to keep it. Okay, they're going to cycle Street Wraith. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just take this 1 if they do anything. So which means I should have actually played the Watery Grave over the island. I just played the Breeding Pool tapped. So we can just play Tasiga here with the Water Grave tapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we're just going to play Tasiga here. And we're going to just keep the Terminate in the graveyard. And we can then play the Water Grave tap. I don't really want to be using the Polluted Delta yet. Hopefully we can just avoid using the Polluted Delta at all this game, because I don't really want to go down to 6. Because 6 is like bolts and things like that range, whereas 7 is completely different. I guess Boros Charm, Bolt, Tribal Flames, Bolt, things like that, but... So we can choose to attack here, and then if they attack us, we can just go like Snapcaster Mage, Terminate. Yeah, that seems good. And we could still even Dispel that turn as well. See what our opponent does here. I assume they're not going to block, yeah. They could just have like a Death Shadow stuck in their hand. Oh no, because they would have just fetched Shocks to play the Death Shadow. Yeah, so now we've got Dispel with Snapcaster Mage, Terminate up. So if they attack us, we're going to just play Snapcaster Mage, target Terminate. So that means if they want to use their Swift Spear's prowess to kill our Snapcaster Mage, we can just Terminate it in response. It looks like we're going to be able to get 2 here. So it should have this until end of turn, right? Yeah, until end of turn. Okay, so we're just going to go to blocks first. We might as well terminate the other one whilst we can, because I don't really want to be taking the extra damage. Like if we took this one down to 6, and then if we want to fetch, that's down to 5, and then we die to Tribal Flames. Might of Alara. So it's domain. Target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn for each basic land type you control, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they've got all of them. So they're going to give this Monastery Swift Spear +5/+5. Do we want to dispel that? I don't think so. I think we're happy just trading our Snapcaster Mage for a Might of Alara. And we'll just get a Watery Grave here. So now we can start activating Tasiga at the same time as keeping up Dispel. I guess we could just try and race them. Yeah. We're going to Thought Scour first just to see what we get. Their Shadow is incredibly good draw, obviously. I really like our opponent's deck, I just don't think some of the cards are good enough. Especially for how much damage you deal to yourself. Like obviously our deck is doing the same thing, but we have like 4 Death Shadows and just a lot higher card quality, so we can afford to take the damage. Whereas they're playing things like Swift Spear and things like that. It's just too easily disrupted. So if they want to fetch here, then both of our creatures are lethal. Yeah. Got Sacred Foundry, sure. I'm pretty sure because of the Dispel, yeah, we just couldn't lose in that spot unless they had like... Yeah, I don't really know what they could have had. And we wouldn't have drawn much anyway. Okay, so thanks for watching round 3 and on to the next round. Peace.